Like all my friends, they didn't give a shit about like diets. I was taking a lot of drugs like cocaine, MDMA. You know, like I was really like bad guy. You know, I'm gonna be vegetarian. You know, like for me, it was like vegetarian equal healthy. You know, 2 years, 3 years, you know, I was vegetarian. It fucked up my health, you know, like I was like super skinny. I was like going crazy. I had like symptoms, depression, you know, like I had like a problem with my skin. When I was walking, you know, I was like, I had vertigo. I was always like, it was really hard to walk. I had like chronic fatigue. I had everything, you know, all the shitty stuff I had. When you go to toilet, it's like it's the worst thing like ever. You just suffer, you know. Like, when I was meeting someone, I was not able to have like a relationship with a person, you know. I was not able like to socially interact with the person correctly. Brainwash spiritual background, you know, because I did like Vipassana, like yoga, you know, all this stuff. And I found out about Michaela Peterson. I ordered like the best ribeyes I saw, you know, raw meat. If you really want to heal, if you really want like to regenerate, that's the only way.
Hello.
Привет, привет.
Привет, привет. Как дела?
Все хорошо.
У меня тоже все хорошо. Рад тебя видеть. Спасибо, что согласился. I really happy to see you. I really happy to have you here on the live stream, on my live stream.
I'm also like glad to be here.
Yeah, and tell me please, where are you now? Are you in Kyiv or in France?
Should I speak in English or Russian?
As you wish, as you wish. It's not a problem for me.
Okay, so right now at the moment I'm in France, in my hometown.
Mm-hmm. And what is your hometown?
My hometown is called Blois. It's a really small city in the center, and it's really nice for you know, animal products. Like I'm in a primal paradise here. You know, I just like all the food I get is like all organic, you know, and grass fed. I just feel the difference, you know, like so much.
Mm-hmm. And where is it? What is the part of France this city belongs to?
It's in the middle of France. So basically it's like 2 hours from Paris.
Oh, cool. So yeah, it's like Kyiv Oblast, Kyiv district. So Kyiv and Kyiv district, yeah. Okay, Thomas, what the first I want to ask you is about this coronavirus. It's not so, how to say, so close to Raw Primal Diet, but still we are all into this stuff. And what do you think about it, like in general? And what is the situation in France with it? Do you notice some changes in your life, in your lifestyle now, or it didn't touch you a lot?
Honestly, not so much, because I'm a developer, you know, so I'm used to like spend my day inside. So that's what I do like at the moment, and everything is good, you know. I'm sorry, there is a noise behind it. You still hear me well?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's okay.
Okay, great. So yeah, I mean, I just like work like 10 hours per day, you know, like those days I'm like super like focused, you know, so I don't really give a fuck, you know, about the coronavirus. I just like focus on my stuff. And yeah, like the only thing that was a problem for me, it's when they announced coronavirus. I was in another region of France, and I was doing like bath, you know. I was like bathing at the hot spring, and the problem is like yeah, it was not possible, you know, like to bath anymore. So I was like super pissed.
Купаться, правильно? Ванны
Sorry?
принимать. So it is bathing. What do you mean by bathing? Swim somewhere or?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I do is called lymphatic bath. Basically, you go like you can do it in your hot tub, you know, at your home if you have a hot tub. But what I did is like I did at what we call hot springs. So it's like a source, you know, natural source in the nature, in the mountain, and there is like hot waters, you know, like going out from this spring, and it's like 40-degree water, you know, so it's like really hot. And the idea is like to spend a lot of time in the water, you know, so your lymph is like moving, you know, and the nutrients are moving.
Cleansing of the lymphatic system.
and it's like a really good like addition with the primal diet. You know, like if you follow like a strict primal diet and you want to like, you know, like move all the nutrients, you know, everywhere. It's like it's really really like good component. You know.
And in your country, where do you have such place?
So we have like a lot of sources in France, and I've been to two at the moment. And the last time I went, so it was like 2 months ago, 1 month ago, and it's like 2 hours from my old town, you know. So it's not really far. And yeah, so I've been there, you know, and yeah, it was like perfect life, you know. I was like, I had a house near the hot springs, and I was just like living there and spending like just 5 minutes, you know, like between the house and the hot springs. So it was really like easy, like to go there. And yeah, it was like really like a primal paradise again, because in France, man, it's really crazy, like it's really good country for that. And yeah, but at the end, after the quarantine, I got caught by the police at the source, so they arrested me and they fined me for like 200 euro, 100 euro and 20, you know. So yeah, I decided to stop going anymore, you know.
Yeah. After such a penalty, it's not so pleasant to continue this routine.
Mine is fucked.
But now I'm also fucking these restrictions. I'm always on somewhere on the beach, on the Dnieper embankment, you know, in the parks, in the forests of Kyiv. I'm exploring Pechersk and our hills near Motherland Monument, near Park Slava. You probably visited these places. So we have lots of. Yesterday, for example, I visited one spring water source, yeah, near Lavra, near Kyiv Pechersk Lavra. So and there kind of source of water. So I guess in English it will be spring water. So как бы джерельная вода. So it was really, and water was really really cool for me. It wasn't like my previous my previous experience with water from pipes. So we have
You mean you drank it?
Huh?
You drank it?
Yeah. So like that. But about animal products, I wanted to ask you this question. So I know that there are lots of restrictions regarding animal products in Europe. For example, in Poland or in USA, you will not be able to buy eggs or raw milk from like сетевые магазины. So these big shops and malls. How can you find these kind of products in France? You should make a deal or business with some local farmer, or where do you find these products?
In France, we have a culture, you know, of raw products. It's like it's really important for us. We really like to buy like raw milk, you know, and like raw cheese. You know, for us, it's really normal. So it's a bit like I mean, you can find raw milk at the supermarket. Like in my region, there is like supermarket, and I just go there, and there is like a huge like section for raw milk. There is just one distributor. No. And this is a raw milk, you know, I was drinking when I was a kid. So basically, I'm just like, when I drink it, you know, it's like the best, you know, because it's like what I was drinking like in my childhood. My mother, she was giving me like some raw milk at some point of time. And it's the same, you know, it's a farm just like 10 minutes from my hometown, you know, so it's like, it's not a problem like here, you know. And
all products are local, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you can find easily. There is a lot of shops, you know, there is like, there is no such equivalent in Kyiv, but there is what we call like kind of an organic shop. Like it's only organic product. So you go there, it's a little bit more expensive, but you are sure you are buying quality, you know. And yeah, in Kyiv, like the best like approximation will be a good wine. But still, it's not that it's not certified organic, but you can find like it's very like nice product. It's super expensive, but it's really good products there. So
what can I say about the organic products in Kyiv? So the best thing that I have experienced or encountered is our local rustic market near Дружби Народів metro station. So it was previous street Kikvidze, and now it is this kind of market is called Рынок Amsterdam, Market Amsterdam. So
Really?
it is near, I can send you a map, the particular place. And there is a place where different people from Kyiv district, Kyiv Oblast, they came, and there you can find raw milk, especially goat's milk. So I'm simply chasing this goat's milk because it is the best thing that I have ever tested from goat's cheese, different types of raw cheese, mozzarella, suluguni, brinza. So brinza, it is original Ukrainian cheese from Carpathian culture mountains. Then all these raw dairy products, or for example Moloziva. So it's the first milk
Moloziva.
of plus cream. So it was this year. It was the first time when I have ever tried not sour cream, smetana, but cream like slivki. Not this slivki that we pour in coffee, this liquid slivki, but slivki when you insert the spoon in the glass and it will not.
It's really like, heavy. And
really heavy. This is superior, and moreover, you can they banned, they restricted, but our people still selling their meat. And meat, it is not beef or calf meat, but you can buy their chicken, ducks, etc. And if you wanna make some broth from bouillon, from these ducks and chicken, it will be superior. It is not comparable with markets stuff. So I really advise you, if you ever visit Kyiv, I really advise you to go there. If we talk about markets, simply markets, these big shop malls, today I've bought so-called free eggs from so-called free-range birds, free-range chicken, and they were more yellow, than simple eggs. Simple white eggs, not farm, but from like factory, как мы говорим, промышленное производство. And these eggs, simple eggs, cost 23 hryvnias per 10, and this 36 hryvnias per 6 eggs. And this kind of fraud, because this chicken, they don't consume, for example, worms or grass. They still eat this corn and etc.
I think that's the main problem with Ukraine. Like I lived in Kyiv for 2 years, the last 2 years basically, and I've been like at first I was cooked carnivore, and then I went primal, like full primal, So I've experienced I had like experience with like all the like suppliers there, and what I can tell is that it's really hard to do primal in Kyiv. It's really hard because Ukraine is powered by grain. Like there is like a lot of grain there, Like even like half of your flag, it's like 50% of grains.
Ukraine is the motherland of grains for the world.
Of all Europe. Like there is a map online. There is a map, online where you can see like all the field in Europe, and there is like a huge dot, a huge yellow dot, like on the right. Okay, it's Ukraine. So, but you can still find good quality products, but it's really hard. And I know you can do it. For me, it was really hard because я не говорю по-русски. It was really hard, Like so, I was like trying, trying my hardest to do it. So I was like going to the market, speaking with babushka, They were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, man, it was so hard. My life was so hard. So I wish I met you before, because nobody was doing primal. Like all my friends, they didn't give a shit about like diets. So
nutrition.
So I just left, man, because I couldn't do primal properly, you know. I was
Uh-huh.
going to Silpo, I was trying the meat there, I was getting sick, you know. Like it
Uh-huh.
was, it was so hard, man.
Have you encountered some proper babushkas to order something, or you haven't?
Yeah, of course, man.
Uh-huh.
No,
So
but
what can...
honestly,
Mm.
I overdo it because it went really well. Like honestly, my Russian isn't so bad, so I was like able to communicate properly, you know, and just like say some like basic stuff and make myself like understand, you know, understandable. But you know, when you want to ask like, is it grass fed, like you know, stuff like that, it's so hard. Like it's so hard.
I'm afraid to ask such a question because on this local market, I've asked them maybe a couple of times. This like girls, yeah, mature girls who sell these products, yeah, babushkas, and they tell me, говорит, да все нормально, it's okay, it's normal. We fed them
Yes, I don't care.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
гречка or some
No.
grains. Говорит, нормально. А я думаю, а что
Yeah.
нормально? So I was not stunned, but I understand that it is cheap. It is how to say cheap, affordable. It's easy not to feed these chickens or these calves or etc. By worms. So, if we talk about chicken, yeah, worms, grass, etc. It's better to pour this. I don't know, pшеница, wheat, etc. Corn. So your first, how to say, your first and the only proposition is to go to the good wine, as I understand.
So yeah, I mean, not only good wine, but it was like one of my main supplier. I was living nearby, so I was going there just for the meat, you know, only for the meat. There they have like a really nice ribeye, like it's the best ribeye. Even in France, like we don't do the same. It's like really fatty, you know, and delicious, you know. But the problem is, it's not every day. It's once every like few months, and there is no like it's not regular, you know. So I was going there, I was getting all my meat, I was so happy, and then I was going back, you know, and then no meat, you know, like just like
And
regular meat. You know?
how much does it cost?
It was
Did
super
it cost?
expensive, man. It was super expensive. It was like so overpriced, you know. Like, but yeah, I was putting all my money, all my salary, you know, in this, you know. I didn't care. For me, it was just like it was life or death, you know. So I didn't
You
care.
know, it's like a fruitarian. So you should pour all your money, spend all your money on avocados, tomatoes, whatever the season, but you should do it. So in my case, it was like that, you know. But the quality of avocados, tomatoes, mangoes on our Pечерsk market, yeah, this near Велика Кишеня, mangoes 500 hryvnia, 600 hryvnia. So it's the price inappropriate completely for Ukrainians when our middle salary average salary is about 10 or 15,000 hryvnia. So it's unaffordable. And if I talk about meat, for me meat is this like carnivore diet, cooked carnivore, because I'm still cooked carnivore. Maybe I will try my best to eat like you now. But what can I say? It's more. It's not cheaper, yeah. But you can last on it really long. You can eat one time a day or 2 times a day approximately, yeah, with this approach. And for me, it's great. I don't consume so much, so big amount of different fiber, etc. To not to be hungry, yeah, as on the vegan diet, for example, or on the fruitarian diet. I don't know whether you have already seen these amounts of fruits in these boxes when fruitarians came from the base. We have markets, we have shops, and we have base with fruits and vegetables in Kyiv on Tроещина. So it's a big, huge. How to say? Есть розничная торговля, а есть. So you can buy one piece of thing there, and you can buy multiple things at a lower cost. So when you want to buy lots of things at lower cost, you should go to this base, and when you are fruitarian, you should simply buy a lot of stuff, kilos of tomatoes, kilos of avocados, etc. So it's my little point of view. You have mentioned that you are a developer. What kind of developer you are? Front end, back end, web design?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I do
Maybe
everything.
you are the leader of a team, kind of manager of all this stuff.
No, I'm more like a maker kind of guy. You know, I really like to work on like on stuff. You know, and create. I'm a creative guy. I mean, I do like some management, but yeah, I prefer to create. You know, like on my own. So yeah, I built this project called Make It in UA in Ukraine last year with my business partner. And yeah, now he is like fully in charge of it. He's managing all the operation, and yeah, me, I'm just like helping out, you know, when he needs me. But I don't work on it full time anymore. So yeah, I'm like a maker, you know.
I want to ask. We will return to Make It in Ukraine. Okay, maybe in the end. And now I want to ask you about nutrition. So when did you start to change your diet? What had turned you to the nutrition? So there was a guy, Thomas or Thomas in France, yeah, in French. Guy, and he was working, he was living, he was loving, and on the one particular moment, once upon a time, he had decided to start another page of his diet. What has happened?
Man, it's like it's so long, you know. I've tried all the diets, you know. it's
Okay.
so like it's so
Tell
huge.
me from the Adam and Eve, from the very beginning.
Okay. Okay, so the first time I tried to experiment with diet, it was with a vegetarian diet, you know. So basically, I was in Paris and I had like 20 years old, and yeah, I was taking a lot of drugs, you know. I was taking a lot of drugs like cocaine, MDMA, you know. Like I was really like bad guy, you know. And
So you had
one
a
day,
beautiful teenagehood, yeah? I
yeah,
guess.
exactly, you know. And yeah, one day I decided to become healthy, you know. So I stopped drugs when I was 20. And then I was like, okay, I don't feel healthy, you know, because I took like so many drugs, you know. So I was really like super like dirty, you know. So basically, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be vegetarian, you know. Like for me, it was like vegetarian equal healthy, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I was like a little bit brainwashed. So I just went full vegetarian. And yeah, for like 2 years, 3 years, you know, I was vegetarian, and it fucked up my health, you know. Like I was like super skinny, and I was like going crazy. I had like symptoms of like depression, you know. Like I had like a problem with my skin. When I was walking, you know, I was like, I had vertigo. I was always like, it was really hard to walk. When I was working, it was really hard also. Like everything was hard. I had like chronic fatigue. I had everything, you know, all the shitty stuff I had. Like, man, it was horrible. And yeah, but I decided like to like still like push it and travel, you know. So I was traveling. I was feeling super sick, you know. Like I was almost like fainting, you know, in the plane and stuff. You know, it was like terrible life, man. Like honestly, like. And yeah, I've decided to try like a Mediterranean diet, you know, so to introduce some meat. So I was eating like some chicken with a lot of greens, you know, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, you know, and I was cooking everything, of course. So yeah, it was horrible, man. I started to develop like IBS. So I had like when I was going to like, I mean, you know, like to toilet, it was like
IBS is something with colon or
yeah, exactly. It's like colon, man. It's like when you go to toilet, it's like it's the worst thing like ever. You just suffer, you know, just like suffering basically, you know, and you just feel like there is something really wrong in your stomach, you know, and like you just like feel super like weak, you know, and it's the worst thing, man. So yeah, I was like, it's horrible. I was traveling, you know. I went to I went to like Copenhagen. I went to Lisbon. I went to Budapest. You know, I was keeping traveling. I had like this kind of nomad
How
lifestyle.
could you
Like,
how could you maintain this life of the traveler with this fiber juices, etc.?
man, I was pushing myself. You know, like I was suffering. I was so I had like no energy, but I was like saying like, okay, I'm gonna. It's in my head. You know, I was trusting like all the doctors. You know, that was telling me, yeah, it's in your head. You know, Thomas, you're gonna be fine. Take these pills. Do that. Do this. You know, like super like unnatural stuff. And
Sorry, Thomas. Didn't they tell you that there is something with your diet? So you ditched meat.
never, man, never, man. They don't care. They don't care. Basically, like they just tell me that it was in my head. So I was trusting it. I was trusting it. I was saying, okay, so it's in my head. So I'm gonna just like keep going. I'm gonna just like travel like crazy. You know, push myself, like do crazy stuff. And man, I was feeling like shit. Like it was terrible. I was not able, when I was meeting someone, I was not able to have like a relationship with a person. You know, I was not able like to socially interact with the person correctly. I had to leave all the time because I was feeling like shit. You know. So man, you can't live like this. It's not possible.
So let us continue the portrait, yeah, of vegetarian. Was it vegetarian or vegan, or it's you are talking about now about this green zone diet or blue zone?
It was vegetarian.
Okay,
I was
vegetarian.
eating eggs.
So about social life, friends, some beloved ones. How can you explain this part of your life at that time?
When I was vegetarian.
Yeah. Was it difficult to communicate with people, to work, especially, for example, on a vegetarian diet?
No, honestly, I don't think it's a problem. Like the problem is like you just like kill yourself. Basically, you're just killing yourself. That's the real problem. It's not really a problem like for social, you know. I mean, like just like it's your choice, you know.
Because why I'm asking. So on a vegan, vegetarian, fruitarian diets, we have different aspects of decay. Yeah, at first is kind of lots of deficiencies. Yeah, physical health, and secondly, it's kind of mental health. Yeah, and with this mental health is like your social like attitude, behavior with your friends, family, with your girlfriend, for example. It's also closely connected to this decay. So it's multiple parts of decay.
Right.
And it is inappropriate to only talk about. So I was thin. Yeah, I was losing my kilos. I'm losing my libido. I'm losing my what can I say? Consciousness. Yeah, I'm fainting or I have a vertigo. Yeah, it's. I always asking about social life. How did it not react, but attacked, I guess, your social life?
Sure. As I told you, like it was impossible for me to connect with people at the end because I was going nuts. I couldn't like have a normal like life, you know. I couldn't like when I met someone, you know, I was like having a good impression because I had like this fake energy, you know. I was forcing myself like to make a good impression. And then I was just like flying away. I was just like leaving, and I would not try to interact more because I was too tired. You know, I couldn't. So basically, it was like all fake, you know, and no connection with anyone. It was really like sad, you know.
And about work,
honestly, honestly,
about
like,
work, was it normal for you to work to maintain your pace with computer when you are developing? Was you tired or was you okay?
It was so hard, man. Like at the beginning, I was forcing myself, and at the end, I couldn't work anymore. I was just stopping working. So I just stopped working because when I was staring at the computer screen, it was hurting me. You know, I was so weak. Even like the screen was like going inside me, and just like I was like you know, like dying. It was terrible, man. Like and. Yeah, honestly, I mean, yeah, it was fucked up. And when I arrived in Budapest, I was like I was staying in my room. I was meditating, you know, like all day, man. I was doing like meditation.
Or you also have this spiritual background, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I have this like this brainwash spiritual background, you know, because I did like vipassana, like yoga, you know, all this stuff, you know, and I was like, yeah, like it's gonna heal myself, you know, it's gonna heal my soul and stuff, you know.
With
So I
mind,
was just,
yeah,
man, I was
with
just
meditation.
meditating all day in my room. Like I was saying, okay, I'm gonna meditate all day, and I was feeling so
Uh-huh.
shitty, man. I was going crazy. I was going crazy, man. In my room, I had like I put like black stuff everywhere, you know, so it was all dark, you know. So
Uh-huh.
I wasn't able to see any
Not
lights,
to
you know, and I was
attract
just
your attention to something, yeah, to be accurate with your mind, yeah, not to.
yeah, man. So I was going nuts like this, and I was just like listening to Gwenka, you know, it's like the guru of the Vipassana, you know. He was like saying like stuff like, yeah, focus on your breath, stuff like that, you know, and yeah, man, I was like, fuck. And one day I was on YouTube, you know, and I found out about Michaela Peterson,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, depression diet. I don't know what, you know. So I was like, okay, let's check this out, you know. And man, she was like, yeah, I eat only steaks and I feel amazing. I was like, okay, sounds good. I'm in Budapest, you know, it's like really good meat here. You know what? I'm gonna try it, you know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna just like try it. I have nothing to lose. I'm going nuts, you know. So boom,
Uh-huh.
I went to the butcher and I ordered like the best ribeyes I saw, you know. And I just started like to cook my steak, you know, and eat them. And man, in like a week, I was feeling like much better than the last 4 years. I was like, whoa,
Okay.
you know, there is
So
something to do with that.
it was there were 4 years without meat, yeah, not without animal products at all, but without meat, fish, etc. Yeah, something like that. And have you
Okay,
experienced
yeah,
some weight in your stomach after you reintroduced animal products? Ну, короче, тошно тебе было. No?
man,
It
I
was
only
okay.
experienced it was just amazing, man. Like just
Uh-huh.
this meat, you know, going in me, you know. I was just like feeling like, man, reconnecting with myself, you know, with my true self, like
Uh-huh.
the Thomas, you know, like from I don't know, like my childhood, you know, and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's really. I just wanted to point out so that you had just said that you like it's something like you encountered yourself from previous times. Yeah, you have already
exactly,
forgotten how is to be yourself. Yeah, and then with help of this meat, with help of this like healing power of animal products, you can now like regain this power of
yes,
childhood, this happiness of childhood, etc.
yes.
It's really interesting.
But yeah, I mean, it takes some time, you know. Like you have to be really patient because I felt better, but I had still like so many symptoms, you know. I had still like the vertigo and stuff, you know. So yeah, I mean, I was eating this like cooked carnivore, you know, and I was really like really super like how to say strict, you know, like really super strict. And I just realized that it wasn't like optimal for me. I would say because I still had like a lot of symptoms, you know, and I was feeling like still like really tired, like chronic fatigue, you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, I found out about like Arjun's Wonder Planets, you know, and I just had the same like mindset, you know, with Primal Diet. I just say, okay, I have nothing to lose, you know, like I'm still really tired.
Mhm.
Uh, let's go, let's do it, you know. So I just went for it, and man, like this second time of eating only raw, it's totally different, you know. It's totally different because I didn't get like the benefits directly. Okay,
Mhm.
first it was disgusting. I was like, I eat my meat raw. It's like, oh, it's so weird, you know. Like even I was in Ukraine, you know, so I was like, yeah, like the Ukrainian meat, you know, I'm gonna die, you know, and stuff, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, it went well. Honestly, it went super well. Like my chronic fatigue disappeared. Like this was like priceless, you know. Like no more fatigue, you know. Like I have my energy, you know. I can work. I can like function properly, you know. Like meet
Mhm.
people and stuff, you know. I have my energy back. That's the first thing, you know. That's priceless. Like the best, you know. And then
Mhm.
the vertigo just disappeared, you know, on the primal, you know. So I could walk properly again, like just walk in the street normally, you know, like no more problems. And yeah, so I was like, I'm so happy, you know, like today because yeah, I'm going in the right direction.
Mhm. So your point of view that with help of because of this cooking, yeah, we are losing some nutrients, not some, but bigger part of nutrients from the meat and different animal products. Yeah,
It's way more it's way more complicated than this, man. It's like way more complicated. Like it's not just about like killing nutrients and minerals. It's about that raw meat. Like if you really want to heal, if you really want like to regenerate, that's the only way. You can't regenerate on cooked meat. It's like it's impossible. I mean, for me it was impossible. I just felt like maybe 10 years. Like if I do it 10 years, you know, like maybe it will help me like primal.
I
But man,
understand.
when I started primal, I understood like that time plus primal, it's healing you, it's regenerating you, man. Like my skin look way better, my eyes look like way lighter, you know. Like it's something is happening inside me, you know. Like I start to look like when I was like in my teenager, man. I was like super like healthy, you know. Like I had like a vibrant health, you know. I can show you some pic. I will post some pic on my Instagram. Like you can see that I have a
Yes,
vibrant
Thomas,
health. And
please, you should definitely send me a picture when you was vegetarian, yeah, for example, on
sure,
cooked carnivore and on raw primal, and I will when I will cutting it to YouTube, yeah, uploading to YouTube, I will make this, like avatar, yeah, avatar, and okay, cool. Do you have any like friends on such a diet, or you were alone when you started it?
yeah, I spend a lot of time doing this alone. Because like my plan, you know, it was to eat like raw primal and still like be like part of the society, you know, like still like do like mundane things, you know, like going to party, you know, going to lunch with people, like doing stuff like that, you know. So basically, it was really hard because I was pushing myself to hang out with like non-primal people, you know, and just like man, I mean, I even like dated a fruitarian when I was in Kyiv. Like I met with a girl, man. She was a fruitarian. She was like really like beautiful, you know. And we had like a really nice like interaction when we met. And then we went on first date, and we found out mutually that we were like the opposite, you know. Like she was eating like a raw, like raw fruitarian, you know, and I was like raw primal. It was so funny, man. It was
You know,
so funny.
it should be the name for the video. So in Kyiv, I encountered raw fruitarian when I had been a raw meat eater.
Man, I really hope like she will watch your channel because I know like she's gonna like she's going to
What
die if
what
she continues,
what is
basically.
her name?
She's
Maybe
called
I know.
Yana.
Yana.
Yeah. I mean, there is no
Uh,
Yana, right? Like all of you guys have the same name. Like it's crazy. Like I met like so many Yana, you know. But yeah, I mean, I hope Yana she will be fine because like she was eating like only juice, like only fruit juice, you know, and she was like telling me stuff like crazy stuff, you know, like this is like high energy, high vibration, you know. And man,
Yeah, this
I really
vibration,
hope,
this shitty spirituality, it's a
yeah,
madness. So we have two madnesses. This vegan, yeah, shit. If we talk about material life, yeah, so something we can touch. And another branch of shit in the head is this spirituality, is fake consciousness, yeah,
right,
these gurus, these satsangs. So this mudak, да, по-нашему, is sitting, and this 500, not 500, so 100 guys or 15 people, yeah, they're sitting, and they are looking on him and hearing these words such a look into yourself, who are you, ask this question, who are you. So it's mad. And what do you think about spirituality now? About meditation, about consciousness, about these gurus, etc. What do you think?
mm, I
And
think it
what
can
is
be
the better
beneficial.
for you now?
For me, it's just eating meat, raw meat, you know, like just the food, you know, it helps me like to like feel good, like both in my head and in my body, you know. So I don't care about meditation anymore. I don't meditate. I don't believe in it anymore. But it might help some people, you know, like it's like you know, I I was a Vipassana meditator, so I was like, I did
10
retreat,
days
but
of Vipassana.
sorry,
10 days? How many days it
10 days,
lasts?
10 days,
10 days. Mm-hmm.
10 days of like silence retreat, you know, and yeah, it was really like super beneficial, you know. But let me think.
Maybe it's something like, you know, when you have spare time, the essence of this practice, when you ditch, no, when you, how to cut all these connections with people, with work, and you simply have a rest, and your mind have rest, and you can, I don't know, sort your thoughts on different like branches of your tree.
Honestly, I think it's really hard to be like a wise guy, like wise, you know, like really to become wise by doing this, because this is really new age, you know, like we are like the way we discover it, people are selling it to us, you know, like this vipassana and meditation stuff, you know, like it's kind of a way to control you, you know, by saying, yeah, you can
Yeah.
do this, you will be happy forever, you know, just do that, like meditate, do nothing in your room, you know, you will be fine. I have a totally different mindset, you know, now. I'm just like, I'm a man of action, you know. I want to act, like I want to like experience stuff, you know. So
Of course.
I don't really care anymore about meditation. Like it's not, it's just like, I don't care, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I think that it is the big compensation of this like healthy vegan diet. Yeah, we compensate something definitely. For example, eating disorder, and this meditation is a great compensation. You should go and speak with your partner. For example, you should go and change your work. Yeah, you should go and maybe to the therapist and work with your some neuropathic stuff, etc. So with some scientific stuff, I don't know, stuff that really works, that you can touch, and that you can feel the benefit. And this thing, nobody knows how this guy has had his enlightenment, for example, etc. So it's I think it's compensation, and it's like quitting the real life, I guess.
No, and it's also a way to feel like, you know, we are human, so like basically we want to feel like we are in control and we are like a little bit like superior, you know, like a feeling of
Like
superiority,
God,
you know.
yeah,
And
like a
this
God.
meditation stuff, you know, it gives you like a feeling of superiority, you know, like compare it to the guy who doesn't like, who
Who
don't do
watch
it, you know.
TV, who watch TV, who eating pasta, etc.
But
But you know, I. Mhm.
it's only like in your mind, you know. It's only like it's not real. Like I mean, it's like
You
honestly,
know,
you
I
know.
have understood that we also been comparing ourselves with that guys who are watching TV shows, who are eating burgers, etc. But in the end, if we talk about you know, summary, we as vegans, fruitarians, raw vegans, yeah, and these meditators, we were caught up in a far more bigger pit, or how to say, illusion, than this like simple life. So veganism and this spirituality is far more bigger compensation, or illusion or delusion, yeah, out of the reality, than the proper normal life. These proper normal
Right.
people, they don't have this depression. Yeah, different vegans, they have depression, and these spiritual people, they have vegans. They constantly cleansing themselves, yeah, to the death. When you get rid from the teeth, from hair, etc. And these guys, they constantly like cleansing their different levels of their spirit, mental level, conscious level, chakras, etc. Life as a cleansing, life as a prarabotka, life is the
Right.
way to the divine. But simple people, they are working, they're making families, they're watching TV shows, so simple life, and I think they are better than these guys of veganism. Okay, so it was really beneficial for you, yeah, to start Raw Primal Diet. Great. So it is really interesting, and I should definitely try.
I was doing like you know, I was cooking everything, and yeah, I was like cooking the less possible, but it was all like in my head, you know. I was like brainwashed by the fact that I cannot like eat raw, you know, like it's bad for me, you know, like I'm gonna get disease, I'm gonna get like sick from it, you know. But yeah, like it was really hard, like to unbrainwash myself, and I think it's like all is brainwash. It's all about brainwash. Okay, it's all about like your mind, you know, like is getting like brainwashed since your child. So it's really hard to switch, you know. It's really hard. Like the cooked carnivore, it's okay. It's like kind of a trend, you know, like people do it, you know. But the primal, you know, the primal, it's about really your health, you know. It's about really like imposing yourself stuff, you know. Like it's really hard to do. Like not everyone can do it. You have to be prepared for that. And I think cooked carnivore is kind of like the preparation, you know. And yeah, I mean, yeah, there is so many stuff to say about this, you know. Like, yeah, we are just like getting so brainwashed, you know. Like it's
yeah. And do you believe in any conspiracy theory about this nutrition? So something was someone had did something, yeah, and people start believing that raw meat will cause some problems, you will have some bacteria, etc.
I don't think there is a conspiracy. I think there is a market. It's all about the market, you know. Like there is like a supply and demand. Like people, you know, are used to buy like shitty stuff, and the people who sell the shitty stuff, they're used to sell it, you know. So they know how to sell it, and they know how to push governments to sell it, you know. So it's all about like lobby and stuff, you know. I mean, like
it's only business, yeah.
It's clear, you know, like yeah, and you can see why primal people they don't fit in that, you know, because we just like we don't want this shit, like we don't believe like in them, in the doctor, we don't believe in the advertising, because they are all working together. They are all working together, you know, like to sell this stuff, and we don't believe them anymore. So we don't fit anymore, you know. We are not fitting.
Yeah, it's the problem.
Yeah. So you just go to a butcher, and your butcher is like, who the fuck is this guy? He's coming every day, every 2 days, you know, like doing like tons of meat, you know. And yeah, even himself, he doesn't understand. He's a butcher, but he's also like in this society, you know, people like
this paradigm.
Yeah. It's
and simply this consumption, we have a large variety of products. Yeah, visit any market. Yeah, from chocolate to fruits and different processed food. Not different, but the majority of foods are processed now. Yeah, sugars, all this stuff. And yeah, all these producers, all these factories, they want to, all these businessmen, they want to sell you these products. And for example, even cooked carnivore, yeah, but cooked carnivore, I have lots of raw products, so cream, etc. Yeah, milk, cheese, etc. But meat is still prepared, or eggs, for example, prepared or not prepared. For example, I've started from raw eggs, as in the childhood, for example. So the variety of products on raw primal or carnivore diet is really narrow. You don't spread your attention on another stuff. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 products that you should buy, and it's a great, like, I don't know, liberation, and especially liberation when you shouldn't cook it.
Yeah, man. You know,
and
like,
I want to ask you, how many time does it? You should how many times should pass when you ditched out this thoughts about raw meat, so you got used to it, to the taste, to this idea?
So how many times, man? I'm still unbrainwashing myself. Like it's really hard, you know. It's still in me. I'm like eating like raw for me is still like I'm eating dirty, you know. But yeah, I try to like find the best products, you know. That's the way I do, you know. I really invest a lot of money, you know, like all my money in that, and yeah, like finding really good products. But yeah, it's really hard, man. Like I think like the first thing like to remove from your mental barrier is like that it's gonna kill you instantly. Like most of the people, you know, they think they're gonna die like if they eat raw, you know, right? So it will not kill you, you know. Even if you eat like shitty meat, like super toxic, with full of like salmonella, you know, you will be okay. I mean, you will be sick for a week, you know, but it's okay, you know. Like I mean, you will react to it, you know. It's just a reaction, you know. And yeah, so this is the first thing, and the second thing is like you need to understand that sickness is not sickness like as we know it, you know. Sickness is like a way for the body to like remove like toxin, you know, to deal with like what you give him, you know. Like so basically like it's like a shift in your mentality, like because if you have symptoms, it's because your body, you know, is dealing with stuff, you know. It's like working for
Constantly
you.
dealing with something.
It's not a problem, you know. And people, what they do is that they go to the doctor because they want to stop this detox, you know, to stop this symptom. And this is like a huge mistake, because if you stop like detox, if you stop like symptom, you just like it's gonna come back and way worse, way worse. It's like you're living in your body, you know, like open wounds, you know, basically. And that's why like I was getting super sick, you know. When I was in Ukraine, man, I was always sick because I was like.
When you started Raw Primal,
yeah. I got sick. I got a lot of sickness, you know, from raw meat, and I think it was because of the meat I was eating. When I was not eating the meat from good wine, like I told you, you know, I was getting sick, you know, like all the time, and I never went to a doctor, you know. I was just like staying at home, you know, and working from home, you know, and just like staying like feeling bad. But yeah, you just have to go through it, you know. Like there is no fix, there is no quick fix. All the quick fix like stuff, it's like it's brainwashing, you know. You cannot fix yourself instantly. It's all about time, you know, like long time, you know, with proper like diet and nutrients, you know.
So from your point of view, there is a huge difference between grass-fed beef and grain-fed beef, or no?
I think it's the difference between like yeah, of course, yeah, it's huge. Like I told you, like in Ukraine I was sick like a lot, you know. And even my, you know, it was I was losing all my credibility to all my friends, because they knew I was doing a diet and I was always sick. So they were saying, yeah, Thomas, like, man, it doesn't work, you use stuff, you know, like. And I was like, okay, like, I don't care. Keep going, you know. But and now when since I'm in France, like I'm eating raw like every day, you know, like as always, and I never got sick. I just got sick one time because I tried to eat like some octopus raw. And I will never try again, because I just like, I just like reacted to it like crazy, you know. It's just like instantly I puked, you know. I wasn't ready for that, you know. So until next time.
Okay. Okay, so I will definitely visit Good Wine and maybe Le Silpo. Do you know that we have Le Silpo on Bessarabka in Mandarin Plaza? There are some superior products as well. Maybe
yeah, I know.
There are some.
I was going there in Arena City.
Arena, yeah. I have never taste any great ribeye or like normal steak. Now I simply make minced meat, etc. Because it is impossible to, you know, короче, пожарить его так, and 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it will be okay. So it's impossible. It will be tough, and you will not be able to eat it properly. So it's better for me to mince it with salo, with. I
was doing the same. Basically, I had a meat grinder. I was ordering my meat on internet, you know, and I was putting like salo and beef. But yeah, I mean, I was getting sick, man. I was getting too sick, man.
Okay, if it's okay with nutrition, yeah, tell me please. We have 6 minutes to the end. Tell me please about this your initiative about like make it in Ukraine, yeah. And but first, tell me about something about Ukraine. So you have come here. Why did you come here? Yeah. And what can you say about Ukraine, about Kyiv, about Ukrainians at all? What is good with us? Yeah, and what is bad from your perspective? And then turn to your initiative, make it in Ukraine.
Sure. So I'm a designer. So I always like worked, you know, like on the industry, like design industry and coding industry, you know. And yeah, when I first arrived in Kyiv, I just felt like kind of a creative vibe. Like people are really creative there, you know, like they really like beautiful things and they dress like super well, you know, and stuff. Like it's a hipster city, you know. And we realized with my business partner that there were a lot of like creative agency, you know, and really high quality creative agency. So we just like started like to like go to them and ask them like if they were interested, like to, I mean, if they were working with like the world, you know. And it happens that most of those companies, like 80% of their customers were Ukrainian, you know. So it was like really like local stuff, you know. So we decided to create a platform to showcase those agencies to the world, basically. And it's called Make It in Ukraine, because like, so people can come to Ukraine to make like their apps or like branding, you know, all those kind of projects. And yeah, so that was the idea, like the original idea. And now it's evolving. So basically, additionally to this, we are working with talents, so Ukrainian talents. We are like doing agenting basically for international companies.
Okay, understood. Great work. I also believe that Ukraine should be kind of a creative hub for all over the world. So, yesterday I was walking down the street near Park Slavy and was thinking about our conversation, future conversation, and I think, oh my God, it will be so interesting when different IT specialists will live in kind of special villages or town in Ukrainian traditional style, but it will be all combined. Our Ukrainian tradition and creativity will be combined with the latest IT or I think IT, intellectual internet technologies. So something like that. So we have lots of, you know, villages that our people, they move out from Ukraine. They went to Poland, they went to States, to England, and we have lots of spare towns and cities, and here different people from another countries, creative people, they can visit this, they can live here. We can make the territory without, for example, with really low taxes, and it will be really productive for our talented people and for another people that wanna work.
Yeah, sure. I mean, most of the company, what they are doing right now is that they are taking talents, you know, like they are like taking Ukrainian from the home country, you know, and bringing them to their like Western countries. And the idea with Make It in Ukraine is to really promote remote work, so Ukrainians, they stay in Ukraine, you know, so we can like basically help the economy of Ukraine, you know, and like it's not like we are not like just like stealing your talents, you know, we are just like promoting them.
So last question, Toma, will you ever visit Ukraine once more in Kyiv city?
Of course, man. Of course. Like honestly, yeah. If I come back to Kyiv, like I will like contact you directly, and we will go to somewhere to eat like some raw food, and I will show you all my stuff, and you will show me like your place. You know, like I will be really glad to go with a Ukrainian, you know, like to the market, to the Rhinox, so we can like discuss with the farmer, you know, and find.
Yeah, we will definitely do it. Toma, see you in Pechersk. See you at Pechersk. It was a great pleasure to talk with you, to share, to share thoughts, ideas, experience. Thank you so very much. I will definitely download this video to YouTube and spread our carnivorous ideas to the masses. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Пока-пока. Всего хорошего.